Hey there, welcome back. Once again, we're playing Suikogaiden Volume 2, Duel at the Crystal Valley. This is part 2. I needed to start out tonight's stream by saying I'm very sorry for disappearing last night. Thank you very much for being patient with me. I ended up having a pretty nasty panic attack last night that ended up with me really sick all night long. I'm doing a whole lot better now. Still feeling like weak and shaky, but I apologize. Hope I didn't worry anybody, but thank you very much for coming back. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Ho you fat, Daniel. I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to switch over and we're going to get started with this. We're kind of right in the middle of a conversation. Nash is in prison awaiting execution. Let's switch over. We'll jump into it. Oh, hello. How about we turn the camera on, eh? That'll be good. Adam, thank you so much. Thank you for checking in on me. I'm doing okay. It was a really odd night, and I don't really even know what led to it. It was just kind of out of nowhere. I like no real trigger or anything, just bad like heart palpitations and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know what's going on, but I'm better. I'm doing a lot better tonight, and so thank you. I don't know why it took me this long to realize how much of the screen I cover. Like, you can't read the first part of any of these sentences. Oh, that's cool. Texas Chainsaw in the theater. That's a heck of a day. Lady Zelda, how's it going? I'm doing all right. Thank you. Oh, that's probably what I needed. I probably need to go see some horror movies. Horror movies are my comfort food. I did watch the new Final Destination movie. It was pretty good. I mean, as Final Destination movies go, it was pretty good. Sadly, Tony Todd's last movie, that's disappointing, but probably the best one since the first one, maybe since the second one, since it rehashed a lot of the second one anyway. Here we go. We're in prison. Nash doesn't realize that he's about to get broken out. That's what it looks like to me. Damn, you sold me out, or come to, obviously we're not. Oh, clicked off the screen there. She's definitely not here to sell me out. Come to have a laugh at my expense, did you? The first 5 minutes are the best part of this series. Nash? Lena? Weird load screen that we don't see that often, where it loads without a black screen. I wanted to burn the image of you into my memories. I've caused Julie terrible grief and have even stained my own family's legacy. Do you want to see the face of such a miserable man? Got to drive my mom around. Oh, she's going blind. Wait a minute. I read that wrong, because you said she's going blind, so it was fun. And I was like, surely it wasn't fun because she's going blind, but I see what you're saying. Just for a second, my brain read it completely wrong. I am sorry that your mom's going blind, but super wore out. That I get. This may be the last time. Stop joking. Things may not seem so rosy, but you know how stubborn I am. Yeah, I suppose so. It's certainly too chipper for the context. Yes, I just misread it entirely. Do I look super red on camera now? Seeing a specialist eye doctor. Well, good. Hopefully they can like prolong her vision for a while. A good friend of mine was mostly blind his whole life and thought he would lose his vision a lot earlier, like completely a lot earlier than he did. He held on to it for a very long time thanks to some of the stuff the doctors were able to do. Now, sadly, he doesn't hang out in the stream too much because he misses gaming. It's one of the things he misses a lot now that he's gone, like his eyesight's completely gone. When you see Julie, I'm assuming it's supposed to say I want you to tell her something for me. Tell her that one day I'll find my way back to her. I understand. Whoa, what's going on? I thought she was mad at him because of Julie. Who's Julie and why is she kissing him? Hasn't driven in decades at this point. Oh, I don't know. Like, it'd be tough. I think being able to get around on my own would be one of the things that I would miss the most. That and this, and like playing games. I understand why he doesn't hang out in the stream anymore, because it would be hard to be reminded what I'm missing. I'm sorry, Nash. Take this as a sign of my apology. It's about time. Farewell, Nash. Hopefully. Yes, hopefully. She's a hermit, but it can be rough occasionally. That's probably what I would do. I would probably end up being somebody who never leaves my house. Honestly, I can see it. I don't leave my house sometimes. That would be tough. I've been very fortunate not to have to. My parents don't always have the best health. My dad has had some heart issues. He has an arrhythmia that caused a minor stroke once, but fortunately, that's the most major thing we've seen so far. Only leave for work these days. Already someone who, right? I've got my room in my basement, and that's my life. I sat there, stunned, watching as Lena's figure slowly disappeared back up the stairs. It looks like the guards have been replaced by the night shift. Their dedication towards keeping an eye on me all night is certainly admirable, but I'm kind of in a hurry here. What did she pass him? I'm assuming that she passed him something while they were kissing. Even if the smile that crossed my lips was noticed by my captors, I have no doubt they would simply chalk it up to me recalling the embrace we had just shared. But with Lena being like an older sister to me and all, there's no chance of me suddenly becoming attracted to her. The real reason I smiled was because at the moment, Lena had hidden a pin in my hair, securing my means of escape. There we go. There we go. Haven't figured out how to remote work cooking. If you could figure that out, if you could just figure out that one little hitch. I did do remote IT work for a little while during the pandemic, but now I'm all back to school. In fact, I missed work today because of being sick all night, and it was the first day because I work at a university. It was the first day of classes. Today was our first day of classes, and I ended up missing the first day of the new school year. That's not good. If you could manage to afford tickets, how much are tickets for? Like, I didn't even know that they were still touring. First order of business is to reclaim my equipment, I suppose. Getting new darts and armor together wouldn't be that much of a challenge, but As for grosser fluss, I need those swords. If for no other reason than my inevitable confrontation with Zaj. My equipment is probably being kept in the officers' quarters where Barge is. I saw some soldiers carrying my equipment over that way at least. Entering the barracks would be a huge risk, but there's not a whole lot of choice. Feigning sleep, I closely observed the guards on watch. One, sitting in his chair with his arms crossed, was beginning to nod off. The artist forgot to put the chair in. The other would yawn on occasion and sleepily rub his eyes. 75 to 125 on low end. I mean, that's a little high, but it's not super high. Is it weird that I don't work because no, that's not weird at all. That seems like that should be normal not to work if you're on chemo. I think I've decided to stream the Octopath Traveler duology after Suikoden II is done. Nice. I actually just started Octopath Traveler 1 again. Like, I started it a long time ago and never finished it, so I just started it again, this time on PC. I like it so far. I'm liking it a little bit better than playing it on a handheld. My eyes are okay, but staring down at a Switch for a while, I start to lose focus. Not only are they touring, but they're playing songs from Pretty Hate Machine and Broken for the first time in 20 years. Wow. Could this be my chance? Doing my best to remain inconspicuous, I quietly crept up to the metal bars, stuck my hand out from between them, and started probing the lock. Soldiers sleeping. Oh, nice. Pharmacy techs can make good money. I have a friend who went back to school to become a pharmacy tech because she was like, education doesn't pay enough. Right? Don't we know it? I'm not complaining though. My job in education is super easy. And I get to work in a library, which is wonderful. I love working in a library. Hi, you! Suddenly, the guard that had been yawning stood up. I quietly closed the gate, sidled up against the wall, and waited. Well, my shift is done, so I'm taking off. Later. Mumbling a reply, the half-asleep guard saw his companion off. Thanks for that. The fewer enemies I have, the better. Reinforcing my resolve, I emerged from my cell. As the guard continued to snooze, I hit him in the nape of his neck, causing him to lose consciousness. I quickly dragged him into the cell and changed him into my prison uniform. Oh no, they're going to execute the guard instead. Obviously, I claimed the clothes the guard had been wearing for myself. I carefully laid him down on the bed and pulled a blanket over his head before locking the cell with the guard's keyring. You were watching YouTube for homework? What homework do you have that has you watching YouTube? Hey, I know him. You better. At that moment, I heard the sound of footsteps coming down the stairs. That was faster than I expected. What do I do? Smooth talk your way through. I don't want to cause any unnecessary commotion. I decided to sit myself down in the same chair the guard had been in and pretend to be asleep. Hey, I'm the shift change, so this is that Nash guy. Huh? Yeah. He's a lot more cooperative than I had been expecting, so I've been bored out of my mind. Hey, keep an eye on him for a minute. You going somewhere? Need to use the toilet. Toilet, not just a privy. Navigate. You have to want to do homework on navigating bright space. Well, that's great. I have never used bright space. Which class is that for? I haven't seen you around before. Yeah, I was just assigned here a couple of days ago. Sorry, everything's been happening so fast that I haven't gotten a chance to introduce myself. Is that right? That's some rotten luck, working the graveyard shift right off the hop. Well, welcome aboard then. I went up the stairs, heaving a huge sigh of relief. As I emerged into the hallway, I realized that I had the sword I took from my jailer drawn the whole time, and was grateful for the obliviousness of the guard I had just met. It went plunk. I think I got a pip. I think that's what that sound means. Literature for children. I liked that class. I still have some of the books from when I took that class. So like what, like going on 10 years ago now? I came up the stairs and out on the first floor of the barracks. I followed a straight hallway dotted with windows. The cold night air stung against my skin after being indoors. Good grief, it's more than 10 years. It's got to be more than 10 years. To remain inconspicuous, I walked down the hall confidently. Since I'm dressed as a guard, it'd be very suspicious to be sneaking around. With my current equipment, I can handle 2, 3 at the most in a fight. But if they figure out what's going on, the number of soldiers is bound to increase. I need to find my equipment soon somehow. The hallway soon divided in 2 directions, to the right and straight ahead. I carefully inspected both paths. I can hear footsteps coming from the path straight ahead. They had stopped to catch their breaths, or so I assume, but it sounded like they were carrying something heavy because their pace was off. What should I do? Hide behind a pillar and wait for them to pass. We just said it would be weird to be sneaking, but I kind of want to find out what the heavy thing is that they're carrying. The only thing back where I came from is the dungeon. It's unlikely they'd be carrying anything that heavy there. Rather than confront them here, I should just let them pass me. I hold my breath, concealing my presence. Hey, keep it balanced. It's getting way too heavy on this side. Yeah, I hear you. Jeez, why couldn't they have had us move this during the day? There's nothing we can do about it. They changed the menu for tomorrow. Apparently we're celebrating something. We're celebrating Nash's death. Oh no. By any chance, could that celebration be for my execution? Irritated by the thought, I quietly waited for them to pass. Hey, this thing's full of potatoes, right? I don't want to have to lug these back if we've got the wrong stuff. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Just as they were about to pass by, the pair stopped right in front of me and let down their burden. Give me a break. They may not be looking for me, but all it would take is one glance over here and they'd see me. I held my breath and watched the 2 soldiers intently. Well, would you look at that? Potatoes after all. Oops. Dropped him. Come on, give me a break. The potatoes come rolling and stopped right at my feet. Of course they did. In preparation to confront the soldier who would come to pick them up, I placed my hand on the sword. Whatever. Leave them for the rats. Come on, let's get this over with. I guess it can't be helped. Well, good. Whew, we lucked out there. That was close. Well, what now? If I follow the soldiers down the right path, I'll come to the kitchen. If I go straight from where the soldiers had come, I'll come outside. So where should I go? Head down the hallway on the right or go straight? If I go to the right, I'm going to the kitchen. So we probably need to go outside. Let's go straight. That's right. The barracks may be the shortest route, but they'll be full of soldiers. My best option is to head outside, circle around the courtyard, and then re-enter the barracks from there. RGL, how's it going? Dane, more kinky visual novels. You missed the kissing scene earlier. Making sure there was nobody waiting ahead, I carefully moved on. Now loading with a bird. It's a burb. I quietly shut the door behind me. All my efforts would be wasted if I raised a commotion now. First of all, I need to keep myself hidden. After descending a few steps, I could feel the soil beneath my feet. Diving into some nearby shrubbery, I crept along the side of the building. Perhaps owing to the late hour, the air outside was much cooler than I had anticipated. In the center of the fort lies a spacious, grassy common area. It's a terribly unpleasant garden, often used for training drills or assembling the troops. Suddenly, I saw the shadow of something moving in the distance. A soldier on patrol? What a pain. I wish it was way more geeky than a kiss. Oh, I don't know. I might get like suspended or something from YouTube if we got too risque. Red Dead Redemption 2 for $15? Not bad, but the Wild West era sucks. Oh. Gross. Oh, restricting my breathing and crouching in the darkness, I had only advanced a short while before sensing something unnatural. Rapid breathing, constant sniffing, and there was a faint, metallic sound. I don't have anything like that. I am feeling quite a bit better tonight, though. I couldn't be doing worse and still be here, I guess. But I'm doing a whole lot better. I actually even have, look at this. Whoa. I got this cool smart ring. Not sponsored or anything, from RingCon. However, when I received it, it is way too small for my finger, sadly. I'd have to wear it on my pinky, and I don't think it'll work. Got to go do more homework. So much, and it's just your first day. All right. Well, get it done. Get it done. Do the homeworks. And if you need anything, let me know. What? It's a dog. Quite cautious of them having a guard dog. We sure didn't have anything like this back when I was still around. Having detected me, the beast bared its fangs and gave a low growl. The collar's chain clinked in rhythm with its breathing. How does a dog know that he's not just another soldier? I made around 1K in game and someone mugged me and knocked me out. At least it was in game. Right? Could have been worse. No need to be upset. Just stay calm. What am I going to do? The dog doesn't seem to have made up its mind about what to do either. But if I turn tail and run, it'll definitely let out a massive howl and get me into an even stickier situation. This is really bad. I took out a potato I had picked up earlier. Dogs infamously love potatoes, right? Like everyone knows a potato is a dog's favorite thing. Atrial fibrillation. Oh, geesh. Man. See, I have an old Fitbit watch, and all it really does is count steps. And my heart rate, I guess. But it's real simple stuff. Naked in a mall restroom. Holy geesh. That's a truly terrifying situation. I don't even know what I would do. I had picked them up when I was hiding in the hallway, when they had rolled right in front of me. I cautiously held it out for the dog, but it took no interest. Its gaze locked on me. Yeah, I guess a dog wouldn't be interested in that. I quickly moved my hand and tossed a potato up and down a bit as if I was about to start playing catch, teasing the guard dog with it while observing its reaction. Doesn't look like you've gotten much training. Here, want this? The dog's gonna play fetch with the potato. The dog snapped at my extended hand, just missing it as I quickly drew it back. All right, now that you're interested. The dog was losing its patience as I kept teasing it. Here we go. Tossing the potato high into the air, the dog's eyes shifted to it instead. Now, I quickly took out another potato and threw it in his direction. Oh, he hit the dog with a potato. I thought he was just going to play catch with it. I didn't realize he was just going to hit the dog with a potato. Nothing that needed treatment. Good. Lasted only a second, but I had a sense of panic. That's how I felt last night. Complete panic. Felt like I was drowning a little bit. Nice guard bought me a t-shirt and shorts and let me... honestly, the least that a guard could do. Hurling the potato with all my might, it flew right by the dog's nose, grazing it and passing by its ear, surprising the dog, which instinctively ran after the potato. And when you happily bring it back, you'll find that I'm no longer here. I'll take this opportunity to put the courtyard behind me. We lucked out with the potatoes. I thought we were in trouble with the potatoes at first. We lucked out with the potato instead. Whew. Looks like it's not chasing. Oh, now we have 2 pips. So we must have done something right. Taking a breather, I took a look around me. There's no guarantee they've only got the one dog after all. I noticed a wooden shed to my back with a lock hanging from the door. There wasn't any shed here 6 months ago. Could it be a warehouse? That would be a lucky break. Maybe I could hide in here for a while? You don't want to be hiding in there when they finally figure out what's going on. I took a shot at getting the lock open with the pin I used when I escaped from the dungeon. Almost there. Whoa, it's a stable. Well, it could have been worse. Everyone be quiet. Woof. What? Who is it? And you are? Oh, it's a kobold. Did I do something bad? Woof. No, that's not. But your foot. Does it hurt? A young kobold was sitting on a straw bed by the innermost wall. More importantly, his feet were chained to it. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I hurriedly put away the sword I had drawn when I heard the voice. The kobold was still looking at me with frightened eyes. Shucks. I'd totally name a mini Doberman Potato. Potato would have been a good name. We went and saw a dog that was up for adoption recently, and his name, if they called him Potato, it would have been perfect. He was like, this thing is really short, has short legs, but a big round body, and it's all muscle, but it hits you, and it hits you like a bag of potatoes, just smack. It was a great dog. His name was Walter. I think it was Walter. He was fun. He was fun, but too big, and I don't have a fenced-in backyard, so we did not adopt a dog. We'll just be happy with our bunny. Don't worry. Despite my looking like this, I'm not actually a soldier here. Or, I guess I am, but right now I'm kind of not. Well, in any case, you don't have to be scared. I'm not going to do anything to hurt you. Really? That's a relief. I didn't get any dinner today, so when I saw you with that sword and that scary look on your face, I thought I was gonna get punished. Woof. That's terrible. I see. It seems this kobold was brought here as a slave. It makes sense that he'd be scared, as kobolds and other beasts from the grasslands are literally treated as less than human in Harmonia. You're not the only one. Are you hungry? I might still have another potato. Yeah. Even though I said that, it turns out I don't have anything on hand that would be good for you. Sorry to get your hopes up. No. It's okay. No matter how I look at it, getting chained up in the stables like this is pretty harsh. What happened? I was taking care of the horses like usual. Then Lord Barge started hitting a horse because it didn't listen to him, and when I asked him to please stop, then he got really angry. The next day, I was moved here from my room. Named her mini Doberman Pamela Anderson. There's got to be a story there. Damn it, Barge. What a contemptible sleaze bag. All right, hold still for a moment. Now we have a friend. But if you do that... Don't worry about it. Once dawn breaks, the fort will be in an uproar. A prisoner that's supposed to be executed has escaped. Huh? The soldiers will be mobilized to track him down, so the place should be completely empty. You should be able to get away during that time. Yeah. Barge will probably end up taking all the blame for this, so you can rest easy. If you like the work you're doing now, you can just stay here. Well, think about it until morning. I understand. Probably, I don't know. Oh man, you're just gonna leave us hanging. Well, I need to get going again. Take care, and do your best. I'll be rooting for you a lot. Oof. Thank you. Oh, that's right. The warehouse. I left the stable without hearing what the kobold had to say. Oh, because I said the wrong thing in that conversation. I didn't get to hear what he had to say. This has already taken too much time. Even I was surprised by my own soft-heartedness. Well, I can't linger around here any longer. Well... let's go straight ahead. I don't know. Okay. I was hoping for more of a story, but that's all right. I'll make up my own. I went up to the second floor, and after a quick turn, found myself in a corridor lined with countless doors. This looks like a barracks. These were the soldiers' private rooms. Most would be asleep right now, but more than a few rooms showed no signs of life at all. Probably the rooms of on-duty soldiers. Well then, I can't miss this chance. I might find some tools I could use to get out of the next tight spot I land in. I immediately went about deciding on which room to sneak into. Well, it'll have to be one of these three. 104, 109, or 116. I'm gonna go with 116. However, as I tried to open the door, I could hardly believe what happened. The door suddenly opened from the other side. Impossible. It hadn't seemed like there had been anyone there at all. What? Is it already time for my shift change? Sorry. It seems I got the wrong room. Hey, get a hold of yourself. People will think something's wrong with you. Sorry. You take it easy, man. Yeah, you too. See ya. Well, that was terrible. Seriously, this is bad for my heart. I decided to give up on my search and go just keep moving ahead. I hate when there are no clues on which path is the right path. You just gotta just guess and hope for the best. Or play the game a lot of times, I suppose. It's a short game. I arrive at the entrance to the infirmary. Making every effort to remain quiet, I carefully opened the door and, after taking a quick peek within, slipped inside. The combination of gorgeous furniture and clean white sheets gave the room a very complete, uniform look. Bottles of all sizes lined the shelves, filled with dried foods and various medicines, the most peculiar smells of which made my nose tingle. The back of the room was partitioned off with a curtain. Probably one of those rooms was really bad, one of those rooms was really good, and one of those rooms, well, obviously the one that I picked was kind of indifferent. That's probably where the beds for patients are. What are you doing here this late at night? Who's there? Don't be so loud, you fool. Where do you think you are? What are you trying to do sneaking around like that? Oh, no, that's not... Maybe it's just fatigue getting to me, but I'm not doing so well. I'm honestly not doing well at all here. I hadn't gotten a single hint of the doctor being here. I wonder what would have happened if he were a soldier instead. Young people these days. Drink some alcohol and go to bed. Or would you prefer to keep me company? A bottle of wine was standing on the examination table behind him. Hey now, what kind of medical examination requires that? I'm dead tired. I see. What a bore. After drinking this, I'm going back to my room and hitting the sack. I couldn't help but wonder who was resting up in the back, but decided to let it go. With nothing left to do, I thanked the doctor for his time and withdrew further into the room. I considered going up to the bed and drawing the curtains, but decided against it. Yeah, I'll do that. Please excuse me. So I've got a feeling that something I could have gotten in one of those rooms would have led to us drinking the wine together so that I could find out who was here. Uttering an evasive reply, I went to leave the infirmary, but... Nash, don't screw up and get yourself caught. I can't cure the dead. So you did know. Please don't mess with me like that. Isn't it obvious that the doctor would have to observe an execution? But I feel like seeing your dying face is something I could actually lose sleep over. Now, hurry up and go. Yeah, you keep safe too. Chicken and rice, broccoli, cheese, casserole. Nice. Local housing inspector told us we needed to mow our yard. It's been too hot. Flip off before as soon as... Oh. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I don't have to mow my own yard. It has been way too hot this summer to be outside mowing. And the guys that do mow our yard have a riding mower, and our yard's not huge, so they can do it very quickly. After I got out of the infirmary, I proceeded straight down the corridor. I still feel for them having to be out in the heat, but at least they can get it done fast. Much faster than I would with a push mower. It wasn't long before I arrived at a pair of heavy double doors at the end of the hall. Hung above the massive doors was a decorative plate with Commander's Chambers etched on it. So the time has finally come. Despite thinking that caution was probably not necessary, I slowly turned the doorknob. Quietly opening the door, the first thing I saw was an empty bottle on the floor. My gaze was then drawn to a nearby sofa upon which I was amazed to see a man sleeping. So, this is Barge, sleeping so soundly. Well, we can't have that. Oh no, oh no. Hey, wake up. You? What the hell is this? As Barge recognized the person standing in front of him, he tried to stand up, but was distraught to find that his hands had been bound behind his back. I placed the tip of my sword against his throat. I'll have to ask you to be quiet, Mr. Barge. It's quite late after all. Damn it. You bastard, how did... There seems to have been a steep decline in the quality of the guards since you were put in charge here. You shut up. That's quite the comeback, Barge. Shut up, man. Don't say mean things about me. You can stop with the bravado. You little... Why are you even here? I'd like you to tell me where you stashed my equipment and swords. I had assumed they'd be here, but it looks like my guess was off the mark. Like I'd know that. Huh. I grazed past Barge's left ear with the tip of my blade, giving his hair a slight trim in the process. Wait! I just remembered. Your equipment is in the warehouse. It's behind the barracks. Honestly, I was just doing what I was told. You don't need to tell me that. At the very least, it's obvious that someone like you couldn't have been behind all of this. An automatic pull mower. So it's got its own, like, drive system. That'd probably make it a little easier. Locking the door from the inside, I went out the window and jumped down into the courtyard and ran toward the warehouse in the darkness. How did you make sure that Barge wasn't going to say anything? Did he kill Barge? Nash seems like the guy who would have killed Barge. I wasted too much time making my way here, and night will soon give way to dawn. I need to recover my equipment and escape as fast as I can. Moving deeper into the warehouse, I came across a crate where my equipment had been laid out. All right, I'll just quickly change clothes and then make my escape. I was getting tired of waiting, boy. What? You sure took the long way around. Perhaps you had a tearful farewell with some woman. Wang? Is it Wang or is it... Is that how you would say that? Wang or is it Wang? Skilled member of the guards, master of martial arts, and a thoroughly unpleasant man. But I thought all the veterans had been sent away with Captain Bandom. What the hell are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be out on some secret mission? With everyone out on such important missions, who's going to stick around to look after the fort? Not to mention, we've got this new incompetent hack running things around here now. Wait, is it? Is it? It could be. That would make sense. But still, even if I'm only one man, the defense of this fort will be perfect. Huh, so that's your story. Are you sure you weren't left behind because you're a lazy drunkard? Well, you better watch your mouth, unless you're planning to get yourself killed before ever seeing another sunrise. Not really planning to get myself killed after either. Huh, what a funny thing to say. Boy, do you really think you'll be able to get past me? I guess I was more just hoping that you'd let me off easy and look the other way. Unfortunately, I'm a dutiful man. I follow my orders to the letter. Well, I guess it can't be helped then. Yeah, it's unavoidable. Oh, I see you've managed to polish your skills these last 6 months. You've grown. I'm happy for you. Shh. Don't act like you're my mentor or something. Sorry, but no disciple of mine would ever show such poor form. Well now, this is interesting. Damn it. I've got my hands full just avoiding his punches, but this damn guy looks like he's having the time of his life. Hey, you're not going to beat me just by dodging me. As I thought, it had been reckless of me to try and go hand to hand with this guy. Then I suppose I have no other option but to swallow my pride and use a weapon. All right. Beg for your life. I don't want to use grosser fluss. Say, I don't suppose I could convince you to forget all about this? That'd be a pretty sweet deal for you. I hadn't really expected him to be taken in that easily, but I figured I might have a chance if I could just catch him off guard. Or so I had hoped, but it seemed to be futile. How about I let you use the sword you already have? If you need a handicap, that is. Shut up. I can still... Oh, trying to bluff? Albeit without the mustache. Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of growth between now and the next game. To be honest, I'm quickly losing ground here. That said, however, it's not like I can just take off without my equipment. Well then, I've grown tired of this, so maybe it's time to get serious. If you're tired, it'd be nice if you just called it quits. It would be, but unlikely. That's a lot of silence. Hey, Nash, what are you going to do once you get away from the guards? Do I really need to say it? Is it something that must be done? Yeah, right now. That's good then. I came here after being chased out of my homeland. What's more, I'll never be able to go back. There is, however, something I think about from time to time. What is it exactly that I'm meant to do in this land? Shouldn't I have remained back in the old country, accomplished something of worth, and died there instead? What are you getting at? In short, in someone whose life's already over, the Defense Force is full of people like that. People who are lost and have nowhere to return to. Everybody have fun tonight. But you've somewhere you need to go, something you need to do, and a place to return to. Isn't that right? Perhaps. That's something to be happy about. Time's up. Huh? Take a look for yourself. Keeping a careful eye on Wang, I look in the direction he's indicating, towards the door. The light of dawn had come through the gap. First thing in the morning, I am to be relieved from guarding the fort and head into the grasslands. It seems our good friend Barge doesn't enjoy my company very much. Then you're letting me go? What did I tell you? I follow my orders to the letter. Not I. You don't want to, Wang Chung? You know, Adam, am I mispronouncing it? Is it supposed to be pronounced Wong? I'm in your debt. Being in people's debt doesn't seem to fit your image. I rushed over to my equipment and inspected it. What's the meaning of this? The blades of my knives have been sharpened. My dart gun has been cleaned and oiled, as well as my anchor launcher. And my gunpowder has been replenished. Yep. Once you get away from the guards, you'll need to be properly equipped for your journey to Crystal Valley. Isn't that right, young Master Latkje? With that, Wang stuck his hands in his pockets and quietly made his exit. I quickly changed clothes and put on my equipment. With this, making my way through the gates to freedom is no longer an impossibility. Now we're well equipped. It was awfully nice. Not only did he let us go, he equipped us first. They had all been novices, not a single proper guard to be found. That's too bad. Good for us, though. Now that I had regained my equipment and escaped the fort, I walked down the road toward Crystal Valley at a leisurely pace. After about an hour, a figure emerged from behind some trees by the side of the road. Look at you! Up and at it so early in the morning? Are you here to see me off? I'm sorry, Nash. What for? It's only thanks to you that I've managed to get this far. You don't blame me? For what? Nash, why are you always like this? Why do you always try to shoulder the burden all on your own? Someone in the garrison just tried to have you killed. He just likes to squabble with people, I think. And yet, here you are, strolling along merrily as if nothing happened. That's just how I am. Just how you are? Disappearing into thin air, leaving only confusion in your wake. That's the reason Julie had to grieve so much? Do you have any idea how much Julie has gone through? How much she's suffered since you killed Zaj on the night before their wedding? Whoa! That's exposition I was not expecting. Lena's words evoked memories within me. That day, that night, that moment. It was the day before the wedding between really, they were going to get married. It was the day before the wedding between Julie and Zaj. I stood at the threshold to the Latkje house for the first time in a long while. Honestly, I should have had my arms full with celebratory gifts for the happy couple. If it wasn't for that one thing. You could say I found out by accident. Well, I suppose this may have been unavoidable. Zaj, you... I saw Zaj slip a small gun into his palm, and then Julie opened the door on the other side and came into the room. So she's got the wrong idea too. Nash. Lena, I still can't give the reasons for that day. I must keep the truth to myself because it would simply be too painful for that girl to bear hearing it. Nash, the one thing I'll tell you is, Zaj is still alive. That is the only reason I'm returning to Crystal Valley. With Lena lost for words, I turned my back to her and started walking down the road again. Until this is over, I can't tell anyone the truth. No, perhaps not even then. Save your game data? Yes, please. All right, that's 2 chapters down. Episode 3, Wild Dragon. I can't imagine who the guest will be in this episode. Because of all that trouble in Caleria, I've become a wanted man and forced to avoid the main roads and watch out for anything that might be related to Crystal Valley. It's lucky I haven't run into any pursuers on the road, but in about a week, I'll have to cross a mountain trail. Worse than that, I ran out of food a few days ago. Damn, so hungry. The road's gradually getting wider. That implies this area gets a lot of traffic, meaning there must be a village nearby. Any time now, any village at... Achievements for simply proceeding through the game. Like, what is the purpose of an achievement then? So I'm not going to get... I will get 1 achievement playing through this game, most likely. I didn't actually get that achievement that popped up. I only finished 86% of it. So in order to get the achievement in each chapter, you have to make every correct choice in order to, because both of these 2 games that we're playing actually have a very good ending, I guess, like a real ending. And unless you get 100% of the choices correct, you don't get it. So we're not going to see the perfect endings for these games, sadly, because I don't know what those choices are. So that's how you get the achievement. You're going to have to play the game multiple times, or you could just get the stupid achievements by looking up the a walkthrough. However, this is the interesting thing about how retro achievement works. Retro achievements have a point value, and the more people who have the achievements, the less the value of those points become. So they're like, probably in the overall scheme of things, if you're trying to get your achievement score to be super high on retro achievements, these are going to get you nothing. George Prime was in the first volume, but we didn't see him. Exactly. I would kind of be interested to go and play them all through at some point in the future, with some kind of guide, just to see the extra scenes that I've missed and what the endings are. Just now, was it just my imagination, or did I sense someone nearby? Look, you have to have a full bar to say not my imagination. So by this point, we could, if we had made every right choice, probably have a full bar, but I haven't done it. No, it's just my imagination. Anyway, moving ahead is my first priority. Right now, I'm pretty much the poster boy for those sorry people who get dragged into every problem. It's making me jumpy is all. It's a little white dragon. If you really like gathering achievements, I highly recommend checking out Retro Achievements. It's really cool. They also have a second set of achievements. So lots and lots of retro games have achievements through their system. Many of them also have Iron Man achievements for finishing the game without saving or without dying even once, or like several other possibilities that you can do. It's a pretty fun system if you really just like to collect achievements. I've never 100%ed any game on retro achievements ever. Cool. What's this guy supposed to be? Kua. Kua. Hey, I don't speak your language. Kua. He looks disappointed. What the heck is this creature? He's too big to be a lizard, too friendly to be some sort of monster. Is it okay if I do this? Kua! He's trying to protect himself. As the little guy tried to escape, I quickly reached out a hand and caught it. Oh. Kua! Hey, don't struggle. Kua. Whoa. What are you doing? Speaking in Fubar? Who's there? Never mind who I am. What are you planning to do with Bright? Bright? You mean this guy? That's right. Bright's my dragon. I see. So, look, this is a dragon? Exclamation point? Question mark? So this is a dragon? See, he's got horns and wings, just like a dragon should. Kua! No, I get it. My bad. But what are you doing with a dragon? Are you a dragon knight from the Dragon Knight's domain? Well, not right now, but... Don't tell me. Did you catch Bright in order to eat him? Kua? Wait a minute. It's a bit much to think there's any way I'd eat a dragon, don't you think? For one thing, I have no idea whether it tastes good or not. Well, that's the only thing making me have a hard time deciding. Hey, what's with that look? Didn't even know it was a dragon. I jump away in alarm when I sense the presence of someone behind me. I hadn't even noticed, but a muscular man with a huge sword on his back was standing there. That is a huge sword. Like, his hands don't look big enough to fit around that thing. Let's go. Sir Humphrey, wait. The kid runs after him with the baby dragon in his arms. 2 people and an animal traveling together, huh? They make for a really strange party. They do. The baby dragon is super cute, though. Must have made it to the end. Eventually, I reached the village of Merid, and as I hadn't eaten anything in a really long time, I immediately rushed to the restaurant. Sir, if you keep scarfing your food down like that, you're going to get a bellyache. No need to worry. I may not look like it, but I'm pretty confident in my eating ability. That's a weird thing to be confident about. I've got to go now. The girl scurried off. She seemed happy about something. And whatever. My meal's what's important right now. The rude man from earlier. Oh wait, it's him. I choked at the sudden voice, starting a violent coughing fit. Turning around, it turned out the big man I'd met on the road was standing nearby. To see him not once, but twice? You're... So... Man of few words, aren't you? I'm called Humphrey. I'm Nash. So? Hey, was that it? To be unable to sense his movements when he's got a physique like that, he's got to be a veteran warrior, or how should I say it? He's a real elusive guy. Finally, someone who can speak. Hey, can I ask you something? Yes. Don't tell me you'd like to make another order. No, I don't want to stuff myself, so this should be enough. I was wondering, is there a trading post here? Are you a trader, mister? If I'm going to have enough cash on hand to fill my stomach, I've got to make some money, you know. Oh, in that case, go straight down the road and you'll see the sign. You can't miss it. Thanks. By the way, I'd like to ask another question. Yes? Who was that? Could you make me a sandwich? Who was that girl earlier? You mean Miss Jonah? Oh my, sir, is that how it is? I didn't mean it like that. I was just curious. But you call her Miss. Is she the daughter of the innkeeper? Oh, I see. I'm very sorry. I've overstepped my bounds. Just now, the Miss went out for a picnic. Actually, she went together with someone who claimed to be the son of some president. Of course, it's being kept a secret from the master. But that boy, is he really? Hey, if you've got time to dawdle, hurry up and finish cleaning up. Yes, I'm sorry. Jeez, I was just listening to a customer's weird questions. You don't have to get mad. Sorry, it's my fault. By the way, do you think you could get me a sandwich? Sure, no problem. But sir, you sure eat a lot. It's as if you haven't had anything to eat or drink for days. I haven't. Make me a sandwich. Exactly. I just remembered. You're aiming for the Miss. You might want to just give up now. The innkeeper is a scary guy. If someone were to put his hands on his pride and joy, who knows what might happen? Right, I got it. Elder Gun! How the heck are you? How have you been? It's been a while. Either way, this seems like a really peaceful village. It's pretty surprising considering how close it is to Crystal Valley. That's... You don't have to be in such a rush, Bright. Kua. Hey, you don't have to cry. If you insist. Kua. Huh? Hey, you guys. Sorry about earlier. I'm Futch. I'd like to apologize too. That time, I'm Nash. You thought I was going to run off with the little guy, didn't you? Yeah. I looked away for just a moment and suddenly he was gone. And when I was searching frantically for him, I heard him crying out. I'm sorry. Kua. Oh, you want this? Been through health problems. Oh no, and having 3 kids move out. 2 left. Only 2 left. Saw that the Final Fantasy Tactics remake game was coming out. Oh, well, I hate hearing that you've been having health problems. I hope you're mostly okay at this point. I will tell you this though, my kids have both moved out now, and it's been nice. I love my kids to death, but it's kind of nice to be empty nesters. Congestive heart failure. Holy crud. Okay. Yeah, that sucks, man. Good grief. No wonder I haven't heard from you in a while. That's gotta be kind of scary. Do they have you on any like a special diet and stuff like that? I don't know what they do for congestive heart failure. 51 as of June. I'm catching. Well, I'll never catch up with you, but you know what I mean. I'm almost there. All kinds of things. There's always a lot to change. You get scared and you got to change. You got to make those changes. You should call me someday. It looks like the little dragon's gaze is stuck on the sandwich I'm holding, as if he's become transfixed by it. Oh, sweet. Nice. Are you going to do days again like you were doing earlier or before? Kua. Hey, Bright. Easy there. Easy. Hey, if you eat too much, you'll get too big. Kua? If he gets much larger right now, it'll be really troublesome. Why's that? Stay at home, man. I'm good anytime. Right on. Excellent. It'll be good to see you streaming again. Well, we're heading for the temple in Crystal Valley. Once there, if he gets too big, he'll attract a lot of attention. The temple? What do you want with the one temple? It's to figure out whether or not Bright's really a dragon. I used to live in the Dragon Knight's domain. I was an apprentice. But my dragon, Black, I lost him. So according to Dragon Knight law, I had to leave the dragon's den. In order to become a Dragon Knight again, I need to find and connect with a new dragon. You can actually find dragons living around here? That's a really unappealing thought. No. Oh, hey. Thank you for the resub. 71 months. Oh, I appreciate seeing you here, man. It's been way too long since I've talked to you. No, dragons aren't usually born outside of the dragon's den, so it's not really likely that I'll be able to go back to being a dragon knight. But still, there's a legend in the dragon's den about how dragons were originally not from this world. It's said that they came here from the world of wings and scales. Another world? Is that really true? Yes. And also, on very rare occasions, a female dragon might come to this world from that one in order to lay her eggs. Then the knights raise those eggs, huh? Yes, if the eggs are laid in the dragon's den, but sometimes those eggs might be laid somewhere else. And then, that kind of situation. Are you talking about Bright? Well, maybe. I don't know. In order to find out, I have to go to the temple. So this tiny little thing is a mythical dragon, huh? I'm sorry, but we won't be sure about that until we go to the temple. You gotta find out if it's a dragon. Is it gonna get big enough you can ride it? That's the real problem here, right? Did Nash give the dragon a sandwich? That's what everybody wants to know. Good grief, that's a huge sword. Sir Humphrey, what's wrong? Fudge, here's your bag. We're going to the next village. Is something wrong? The villagers saw Bright. They're afraid of him. I see. Why? Weren't the people at the inn all acting friendly and welcoming? Thought we were leaving. Leaving? Where exactly do they expect us to go? Well, that's... The dragon snatched the sandwich. The sword is as big as Fudge. Much, much bigger than the dragon. Kua! Suddenly, Bright looked up at the sky and started crying loudly. We all looked up too, but the sky was completely clear. Bright? Kua! Kua! What's gotten into him? Bright, calm down. It's a dragon. That's what... Kua! Kua, kua, kua! A dragon. A black dragon. What? Is it one of the Dragon Knight's dragons? Of course not. Dragons from the Dragon Knight's domain don't fly without a rider. That's a wild dragon. A wild dragon? I heard some rumors when we were on the road. For a few years now, a black dragon has been coming here every once in a while and taking livestock. And not only that. Oh no! Oh no! The innkeeper's daughter is out there having a picnic! Even as we spoke, the black dragon was steadily approaching, and as it came over the village, it swooped down immediately. No helping it. Are you going back to the village? Please, wait. I'm going with you. You can't. The villagers will panic. But... Fudge tightened his grip on his spear under Humphrey's silent admonishment. You wait here and leave the monster extermination to us, okay? Don't know how much we can do, though. You're wrong. Dragons aren't monsters. Fudge. Sorry, but if it's attacking the village, there's a little difference between it and a monster. He's got a point. If it's going to start eating people, there's not much difference between it and a monster. Leaving Fudge and Bright behind, Humphrey and I run off together. Screams were already rising up from the people in the village, and we could hear the dragon's answering roar. Now, if it's just snatching livestock, that's different. It's not great, but it's different. The black dragon had already landed in the village and proceeded to destroy the inn's barn. Most of the villagers have already fled, but a few youngsters, looking like vigilantes, are holding weapons. He doesn't look that young. Oh, it's the innkeeper. Damn it. If that thing comes any closer than our inn will... Hey, old man, it's dangerous here. What are you doing waving that axe around? Oh, you. Those people rely on the lives. I get that. I get that. But... And I can get wanting to protect your livestock. But just stealing livestock alone doesn't make it a monster. It just makes it an animal. You're that fellow staying at our inn. Please, help me clobber this guy. Wait a minute. I'm begging you. If it works out, you can stay at the inn for free. Well, that'd be great, but... Out of the way. Humphrey unsheathed his sword and broke into a run. I guess it can't be helped. I'll lend a hand. Its size makes it a monster. It just makes it a very big animal. Elephants aren't monsters, right? To me, being a monster is all about motivation. I'm a monster because I enjoy it. I'm not sure how much we can do. Sorry. The barn is lost. But the stuff I left at the inn is still getting crushed. It's no match for that thing. Elephants don't kill livestock. Are you sure? Just because I've never seen it happen. I don't know if elephants kill livestock or not. Would they? How about bears? Do bears kill livestock? Lions. Surely lions kill livestock. You're not getting away, you damn dragon. With that shout, the innkeeper ran straight at the dragon. Now, he did come in and crush some buildings, so you've got to... I'm not saying they shouldn't kill it. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to put an animal down. If it's destroying everything, doesn't make him a monster. We're not in the same category, this dragon and I. The black dragon's roar distorts the air around it. It bends its neck far back, taking in a deep breath. Is it going to breathe fire? Oh, somebody smacked it in the face. The black dragon let out a scream of pain. Without my noticing, Humphrey had circled behind it, slicing at it with his large sword. Looks like we prevented it breathing fire for the time being. At this point, the dragon is turning to Godzilla. Yes, if the dragon now is going to breathe fire. Also, I have to concede that if Futch is right, and dragons are intelligent beings, then this dragon has made the active choice to attack the village itself, which would then make him a monster. Hey, you. Aside from those with bows and spears, all of you go hide somewhere. You too, old man. You're just getting in the way. Got it. I'm leaving this place to you guys. The innkeeper and the men carrying clubs, short swords, and other things retreated. Archers, cover us. It's okay to be intimidated. Just make sure not to hit us. Understood. Those with spears take this chance to start stabbing at its back. Watch out for its tail. For now, I'll be borrowing this. Understood. I grabbed a spear from one of the youths and ran toward the black dragon. Let's go. I still think it's going to chase off or it's going to go after the daughter of the innkeeper. The first youth looked like an old man with gray hair. Yeah, some of these youths don't look so youthful. Humphrey, the vigilante youths, and I each take our places surrounding the black dragon for an all-around offensive strike. The black dragon's body is harder than I had expected. It looks like it's been covered in scales from head to tail since before it was even born. Probably. Not even Humphrey, with his sword 3 times the size of a normal weapon, can do more than barely scratch it after attacking it at length. Humphrey and his 4-handed sword. Damn, this thing's harder than a rock. The black dragon suddenly twists its body, swinging its tail at the youths behind it. Ah! That's him getting smacked with a tail. Damn it! The youth collapsed onto the ground. With him immobilized, the black dragon began to turn around. Humphrey attempts to keep slashing at it from behind, but the violently thrashing tail kept him from approaching. Chop its tail off, Humphrey! Sounds like a Mario trope. It is a Mario trope. Got stolen by a giant turtle. It's too late. Just as the thought came up, a solitary female figure appeared in front of the fallen youth. Look who it is! No hard feelings, but if you keep going like this, your raging's gonna destroy the inn, and that'd cause a lot of trouble for my employer. That's idiotic stuff. No, let her attack. She's strong. Who's that? You're protecting the village, aren't you? So lend me a hand. Oh, look at her just punch the dragon. Her fists cover the black dragon's body in a succession of strikes. Confused by the attack, it quickly finds itself at her mercy. How do you like that? Secret technique, angry dragon. And then she uppercuts it into the stratosphere. And the finishing blow. Come on, are you done already? Was that the sound of it flying away? Surprised by her attack, the black dragon spread its wings, soaring up into the sky, and quickly disappears. Whoa! You did it! You drove off the dragon! That was an amazing uppercut. Uppercut a dragon in the chin. That's a boss. The villagers who'd returned without my noticing raised a cheer. That was really something. Humphrey's like, that dragon. I'm not impressed because I'm Humphrey and my sword is like a dragon. At any rate, you, to face a dragon in battle barehanded? As I said those words, I turned to look at the spot where the female fighter was standing, but she was already gone. That's right. She don't want to be the center of attention for everyone. She just wants to come in, beat things to a pulp, and then leave. Having barely succeeded in driving away the black dragon, we carried the collapsed youth to the innkeeper Butts's inn. Well, come by again. Seeing how you drove off that dragon, you guys are really something. Humphrey's like, we didn't do it. That fighter gal was amazing too. Who was she? Somebody you know? I thought she said you hired her. Nope, don't know her. But if she's injured, I'll see to it that she stops by. All right, I'll leave that to you. Humphrey, yes. That is, I'm going to be thinking that every time it's just ... every time it's going to be in my head, it's going to be harumph. While Butts belted out orders attending to all the injured, Humphrey and I rested in the dining hall. We all forgot about Futch and Bright waiting on the edge of the village. We watched as the villagers came in and gathered together one by one. It looks like Butts is the de facto leader of this village. As for the villagers, all of them had the same angry words for the dragon, and congratulations at it having been chased away. They had also forgotten about Butts' daughter, who was out with some mysterious guy. Is there a swordsman named Sir Humphrey here? Even his stare can have 3 exclamation points. That's how cool Humphrey is. Yeah, dragon, somebody help. Everyone stared fixedly on the young boy standing in the entrance. Or, to be more precise, the white dragon, which the shy kid was hugging to his chest. He's harumping again. Why did you come here? I'm sorry. I was worried, so... The villagers are looking pretty bloodthirsty. Not surprising. A dragon, their enemy, has appeared in front of their eyes, being carried in the arms of a boy. What in the hell? Is that a real dragon? You don't have to worry about Bright. He won't attack. How are we supposed to trust that? Hey guys, it looks like it's just a baby. So right now, yeah, revenge. Revenge? Yeah, that's right. There were rumors of a dragon nest up in the hills behind the village, so some guys went to exterminate them, but nobody came back. Now, he's fucking done it. Oh, dum-bum. Exterminate them? How could you do such a thing? Huh? Seriously? Do you know what you're saying? Bright is adorable. Look at him. Look at the big eyes. That's... Ha ha ha. Somebody. Sheena. Jonah is... Oh no. Sheena is the random stranger that the innkeeper's daughter is out with. What are you talking about? What's happened to Jonah? Jonah is... She just disappeared. What? Hey, tell me everything. Damn it. I invited her out this afternoon for a walk in the East Mountain. When we were climbing the mountain... Hey, what do you mean you took her to the East Mountain? That's where the dragon lives. What were you thinking going there? Yeah, unlike the big black dragon. Exactly. Dragon's all mad. We heard a roaring sound coming from inside a cave, and then all around us these glowing balls of light appeared. They all gathered around Jonah and she disappeared in a flash. You're just going to stand around thinking about it. Uh-oh. Who said that? Who's there? Oh, she's back. Sheena, your irresponsibility is taking care of that girl is really too much. But grown men having an orderly meeting, thinking instead of doing anything, coming together just for idle complaints? My boss may be an annoyance, but he doesn't take things lying down. Most of all, the mischief maker isn't that white dragon, but rather the black dragon on the mountain, isn't it? That's right, you just punch everyone into silence. Everyone's gone completely silent. The villagers seem to have lost the capacity to speak. But from earlier. So, if it's troubling you, then I, Ulan, will take over the dragon's extermination, all right? With the boss's permission, this will be a payment-free contract. Huh? Really? But are you really going alone? Don't worry about that. Hey, Humphrey. You're definitely going, aren't you? Yeah. And then Ulan, coming closer, approaches the young man who's sunk down to the floor. Sheena, I know what you're thinking, but you're coming too. What? Me too? It's only natural that you should rescue the lady of the inn. What? Aren't you going after all? Okay. Damn. I thought I was supposed to be your boss. Now it's more like you're using me. Is that so? Such a shame that you lost your wallet then, isn't it? Ah, right. And then the blonde guy over there. You're really good at issuing orders on the fly. You going? Me? I guess so. Why not? No, it's not just you. A lot of people, I think, believed that Sheena was a woman after the first appearance. Until you learn later. Before I can say anything, Ulan has her arm around my neck. Hey, you're a pretty handsome guy. Do this backwaters village a favor and go exterminate a dragon. You'll go down in the songbooks or something. Well, it'll be fine. You'll get a full share of the reward. Besides, aren't you short on travel money? How? What? I just saw a guy complaining about the prices at the trading post is all. Seriously, things like crystal balls aren't going to sell in a place like this. Ulan finally lets go of my head. You don't want to make her mad. Talk's over. If it's just this many people, I guess I'll manage somehow. In the end, I somehow became part of the dragon extermination group. Well, at least it looks like I'll have company for a while longer. Yeah, let's go. We've got a dragon to go after, I suppose, and an innkeeper's daughter to save. Just wait until we get there and the dragon's not a monster and the innkeeper's daughter is talking to the dragon, having a nice little cup of tea with the big black dragon, and they're like, oh, it's so nice of you to finally show up. We have things to discuss with you. Thanks to the fighter who had introduced herself as Ulan, I somehow wound up going dragon slaying. That's probably not what's really going to happen, but it would be funny if it did. For the time being, peace had returned to the inn and the villagers had gone back to their homes. Maybe not for butts, though. Sorry about earlier, blowing up like that. I would still be losing my mind. My daughter's out there. The dragon might eat her. I don't know. Don't drink the dragon's tea. Don't drink anybody's tea if you live in Suikoden world. As an apology, why don't we say dinner's on the house? Build up your strength for tomorrow. Having completely regained his composure, an apologetic? That's not even a word. An apologetic-looking Butts brought out a tray filled with dishes. As it had already been decided, we were going to go slay the black dragon tomorrow. Tonight, we were going to rest at this inn. That weird talk about light from earlier, what exactly was that all about? Well, before the guy showed up after the dragon attack, I'd never heard about it. Of it before? Okay, either. Futch, any ideas? No. Though he answered the question, Futch's face remained downcast. Well, I guess he's not very eager about hunting down that black dragon. I've never heard of a dragon with that kind of special power before. That's more than just a little ominous. Our opponent's a dragon. No such thing as an easy win with one of those, right? I don't really have any clue either. When Jonah disappeared, I ran back here as fast as I could. And you remember the path you took, right? If you say you can't recall, when we leave tomorrow, you'll be sorry. Yeah, it'll be fine. That's almost like bullying. Kind of deserves it, though. Thank you for the food. With those words, Futch suddenly got up from his seat and carried Bright with him out of the dining hall. Same as ever, that kid. Harumph. Having apparently thought of something, Humphrey wordlessly got up from his seat and made his way upstairs. Yes, go after Humphrey. Let's find out what Humphrey's thinking of. What's going on, Humphrey? Talk to us, buddy. Old friend, old pal. You don't have to be stoic all the time, man. Futch was sitting by the open window with Bright on his lap, looking up at the moon. The night air blowing in through the window makes his hair sway. It catches Bright's attention as well, and he lifts his head to sniff at it. That wild dragon, it was probably an innocent baby like Bright once too. Yeah. Having said that, the two lapse into silence for a little while. Futch is probably thinking about that dragon. As for Humphrey, he's definitely worrying about Futch. How could I walk in on a scene like that? Just as I was about to turn around and go back inside, Humphrey opened his mouth again. Futch, what do you think about the villagers? What do I think? They hate dragons so much it makes me angry. It's not just that. Their anger, in truth, that is the voice of their sorrow. The dragon is just being a dragon, and they hate it for that. But even so, for me to kill a dragon, I can't do it. Of course, the wild dragon is pitiful, but the villagers, they also. I know, but what right do we have to judge that dragon? It must have been very hard for it living alone like that. That's why, for us to snatch away its life like that, who says we have that right? Dragons are all the same. I think that way too. But I don't mean it the same way the villagers do. Even a dragon has a right to live, doesn't it? For the Dragon Knight's dragon's sake, and for Bright's sake. That's why Futch, I know you care about the dragon, but is that really okay? What do you think will happen if we leave this rampaging dragon be? What will happen? Don't forget a single word those villagers said. All of them hold hostility against dragons. If you think dragons are such noble creatures, then don't you have to protect them from everyone's misunderstanding? Don't you have to keep protecting its nobility? Futch, I'm sure you understand. That wild dragon, it's going to keep struggling painfully like this. As Futch drooped his head, Humphrey lightly placed a hand on his shoulder. Looks like I won't be needed here. Quietly closed the door, leaving the two like that, and headed back down the stairs. Looking up at the sky from the stairway landing, the moon seemed to kindly wrap the town in its light. Silence returned to the inn. I went back to my room as well, laid down in the bed, and looked out the window at the moon. Crystal Valley. A battle is waiting for me there, and I can't help thinking about Julie. She looking at the same moon? could she be thinking right now? So, brother made it out of Caleria safely? Yeah, he should be getting close to Crystal Valley by now. I'm glad that he made it out safely. There we go. Now we know what their relationship is. Julie is his sister. But it's imperative for us to bring that guy back to get the truth of what happened that night. That night. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you remember it. No, it's all right. So then, brother will, again... Yeah, he's always been like that. He'll do it, all by himself. But just this once. He's really serious about this. Brother is serious about this. And this is... Julie, if it's not the truth, then I have no idea why Nash would say such a thing. He said that... Now that is a story I will tell you myself. Aha! He's come back. Like we don't know who it was. Game trying to give us a cliffhanger. We know exactly who that was. We left the village at the break of dawn. Following Sheena's lead, we made our way up the mountain path. Everyone walked in silence, not exchanging a single word of conversation. Even Sheena remained silent as he led his horse ahead. We're about to fight a dragon, so everyone's bound to be nervous. I'm not nervous. Humphrey's nervous. Not me. Nash. Sorry for getting you involved in all this. Well, things just happen this way. It's Ulan who got me involved. Yeah, that's just how it happens. I'm the kind of guy who's probably fated to always get the short end of the stick, so don't worry about it. Save the princess, defeat the dragon. It's like we're the heroes in a fairy tale. I see. Now then, we should be there soon. Seems close. Guess we'd better hurry then. If he flies off to the village, this will have been a pointless trip. That looks like a dragon cave if I've ever seen one. Soon enough, in the Rocky Mountain wall, a large cave mouth came into view. Jonah disappeared around here. Be careful, guys. There's a dragon here, and those weird lights, too. Right, I got it. We quickly unpack our gear, getting our battle preparations in order, and confirm our tactics. Ulan, Humphrey, and I will attack, while Sheena backs us up as the rear guard. Meanwhile, Fudge will keep himself further back and give us tactical advice. Bright, wait here. I don't want you to see this. Kwa? Or Bright. What happened afterwards, I couldn't have guessed. Bright descended from Fudge's arm with a lonely chirp, went over to the tree roots growing by the entrance and crouched there alone. While Fudge turns to look back at Bright as he walks, we advanced onwards into the dragon's cave. But we would have died if it weren't for Bright's heroism. We cautiously advanced towards the cave. Inside, there's some sort of faintly glowing moss, enough that we no longer had any need for torches. Nonetheless, we all began to feel a growing sense of unease as we moved on. A small cave like this isn't really suitable for fighting in. We'd be able to move around freely outside, but in here, we've got a huge handicap. According to Sheena, we should widen a bit once we're further in, so that's probably where the black dragon's lying in wait. No, wait. Let me rephrase that. With every step we take, signs of his presence and the sound of his growls get more and more obvious. The black dragon is close. We exchange glances, catching our breath. Jump scare. What? Shit. It knew we were coming. The black dragon suddenly rushed out, opening its jaws wide to breathe fire on us. Run! Oh, that's an odd angle. Everyone dispersed immediately, dodging the fireball. Right away, Humphrey and Ulan, exchanging a glance, moved to surround the dragon. Futch! Look at the dragon. Are you getting any ideas? Topher, thank you very much for the heads up. It looks like it's still young. 2, maybe 3 years old. And I think around that age, its scales will have hardened, so it's protected from practically all physical attacks. Well, yeah, we figured that out yesterday. Whoa. Suddenly, the dragon swung its tail in my direction. I jumped out of the way, missing it by a hair's breadth, the tail just grazing my arm. Having seen me flinch, the dragon came rushing towards me. Crap! This thing gets really motivated when it's hungry. Everyone, let's do this like we planned. This could be a long fight, but unlike yesterday, it has nowhere to run now. This time, we're definitely bringing it down. Humphrey, watch out for its breath. That is a huge sword. Good grief. The blade of the sword is wider than Futch's head. Since it's still young, it shouldn't be able to do it again for a while. Got it. That's good to know. Before its next breath, I want to damage it as much as possible. Taking the dragon's back, Ulan attacks without delay. Ora! She said aura. Aura? I don't know. Ulan's attack hits the black dragon's flank dead on. No matter how much of its body is covered with hard scales, there must still be a weak spot. Ulan is hitting it with precise blows, and the black dragon turns to fend off Ulan's continuous attacks. Humphrey raises up his greatsword. Humphrey swings his greatsword with enough force to cut through rock, but as expected, the dragon's hard scales prevent it from giving a fatal wound. This is going to be a long battle, isn't it? Just as the thought popped into my head, the dragon violently swung its tail and began to back away. Let's get its back to the wall. Didn't you learn anything from yesterday? It's dangerous. Don't try that move again. The dragon waves its head menacingly from side to side, eventually moving to stand with its back to the wall. With us in front of it, it bends its neck and takes a deep breath. You can't be serious. The dragon opened its mouth wide, and in an instant the cave was filled with scorching flames. That was close. If I'd been late to dodge, my entire body would probably have been burned to a crisp. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't what you said. Wasn't it supposed to not be able to use its breath for a while? It shouldn't be. It grew up in the wild. Of course it's got bad manners compared to a normal dragon. This isn't the time for your wisecracking. I don't want to hear that from you. We can feel the dragon's glare as it turns its head to look at us. The temperature in the cave has risen considerably thanks to its breath, and yet I feel a chill running down my spine. It might be young, but this dragon standing before us might as well be the strongest being in the world. Guys, step back. I'm gonna use a talisman. I'm counting on this. I managed to coax Miss Jean into giving me the most powerful one she had. You have no idea how far I went yesterday to look for her. Shouting this, Sheena held up his talisman. Right now, this is all we've got. My hands are tied. We all jump back, waiting for Sheena to activate the talisman. Here we go. Sheena being heroic? What? This is our chance. Ulan, wait! It's not taking any damage. What? The black dragon is unaffected by the talisman. Not only swords, but immune to magic too? With a violent blow, the black dragon sends Ulan flying straight into the cave wall. Ulan! Sheena rushes over right away, pulling out a healing talisman, but the black dragon doesn't miss this and comes rushing towards them. Stop. Seeing Humphrey suddenly force his way through the dragon stops its charge. The thing seems pretty bothered. He looks over his opponent, judging him with disdain. But if the black dragon keeps holding its ground, right now's a good opportunity. Close your eyes. I do know the game Stardew Valley. Sheena's just showing off. Someone making a full voiceover mod for Stardew Valley? Right on. Humphrey. Got it. All right. Here goes nothing. It's doing something. What? There! That's the same light that took Jonah. She touched the light. She touched it and disappeared. What? Only Humphrey can have a silent exclamation, I swear. One of those balls of light touched Humphrey, who was standing before the dragon with his sword raised, and just like Sheena said, he disappeared like smoke. Sir Humphrey? Fudge! Say something! What the hell are those lights? Such power, I don't... Sheena! Get away from there, fast! In the panic following Humphrey's disappearance, the remaining balls of light had all begun to move toward Sheena and Ulan, as if they had a will of their own. I can't! Ulan still can't move! Shit. Hold on, I'm coming! However, the lights wrapped around them just before I get there, and they vanish without a trace. It must take incredible power to create those balls of light. The black dragon's movement has noticeably slowed. I can tell it's grown tired. Now might be a good time to take that bastard down. If I use Grosser Fluss. Don't do it! No, it would be too easy to use Grosser Fluss. But then I'd also... Sir Nash? What? To defeat that dragon, please help me. Butch. He's in pain, but I can't help him. So... Are you sure? Yes. If I don't do it. If I don't, then Humphrey and everyone. But with just the two of us. It's something only Dragon Knights know, which we are forbidden to teach to outsiders, where the vital areas of a dragon are. This, because there's no other way. Okay. I'll draw the bastard's attention and you grab that chance. All right? I understand. Hup. Let's do this. Yeah, come on, dragon. Without a moment's hesitation, I attack the black dragon when it's attempting to make those balls of light again, breaking its concentration. I won't be able to do that trick many times. In that moment, when the black dragon flinches, Futch and I both move at once. As I divert its attention and Futch stabs his spear at its back, the dragon counters furiously. Somehow staving it off, Futch's determined aim easily hits its mark. Then I shoot a wire at the dragon's right foot, turning it around, then go around its left side, entangling both feet in the wire. I'm assuming yes. I'm assuming everybody's still alive. They've just been teleported somewhere. I kind of thought we'd all get teleported there. Futch! Now! Finish him! Futch? Just a little... If I'd met you just a little sooner. I'm sorry that it has to end like this. Qua? Bright? What are you doing here? Bright, who was supposed to be waiting at the cave entrance, had come in without us noticing. But Bright doesn't respond to Futch's words. He stares fixedly at the black dragon, letting out a quiet chirp. Qua? As if in response to Bright, the black dragon lets out a weak sound of its own. The two creatures' voices gradually grow louder. Before we know it, the entire cave is echoing, and then... This is bad. Squirrel, how's it going? It's that light again. Sir Nash, please, wait. Futch holds me back from trying to rush at the black dragon. As he does this, the balls of light start to fill the cave, and the situation becomes drastically different from what it was a moment ago. The balls of light aren't coming toward us. Instead, they're converging around the black dragon. The light. What the hell? A mysterious sight floats inside the huge collective ball of light. Blue sky, green earth, oddly shaped mountains. They exude a magical atmosphere unlike anything I've ever seen before. There's a forest spreading out into the distance. The sky and the earth can be seen all the way out to the horizon. And in that place are the happy shapes of playful dragons. Could it be the world of wings and scales? Is that what it's supposed to be? Kua! Kua! You do need to come down this way again. Oh! Are you planning a trip soon? And there everyone was. The black dragon's form started to disappear into that place. Suddenly the lights burst, and the figure vanished. In its place, Humphrey, Ulan, Sheena, and the other missing people reappeared. Past time, it happens. It happens. It feels like we ought to be, most of the way through this chapter. We might just keep going for a little bit until we finish it. Returning to the village of Merid, we stay a little while to heal our wounds from the battle. The missing people, Jonah included, have all come back for the most part. With the villagers cheering in joy, giving me the hero treatment, I'm starting to get embarrassed. As for Ulan and everyone, they left the village as soon as they could. I never got a chance to see them off, but for some reason, someone else has decided to keep me company. Having prepared my travel outfit, I find Futch, Humphrey, and Bright standing at the village entrance to see me off. Really, I can't thank you enough. The way things were going, I'm not sure if we'd have ever been able to leave. As soon as we returned to the village, Sheena had turned the conversation to Futch and Bright's involvement in the dispatching of the rampaging dragon. Thanks to that, Futch and Bright were not only allowed into the village, but also gained a lot of popularity. Just a little over. Just a little over. Well, it's nice to take things slowly every once in a while. Still, there's one thing that bothers me. What is it? About how the wild dragon, the world we saw there, if it's the dragon's homeworld, as you said, then it probably returned there with Bright's power. It should be enjoying things with its kin right about now. It's just that wild dragon, if it wanted to go back to its own world, it could have summoned those lights, right? So maybe the dragon was here because it wasn't happy back in its own world. But Bright and the dragons at the Dragon Knight's cave. I don't know why dragons manifest in this world, or why they keep on living here. But if you weren't here, Bright would not be alive. I can't say it would be good for you to betray that trust. He needs you. Am I wrong? Futch and I share a look. In Futch's arms, Bright happily flaps his wings, nose twitching at the fresh breeze. There we go. All right, there we are. That is the end of the third chapter. And that is going to bring us to the end of tonight's stream. We will be back tomorrow to continue the story. If it's like the first game, we've only got one, maybe two stories left, right? So we'll definitely finish this week and be able to move on to our next game. Look at it. Oh, so here we go. Verification. Last episode, the final truth. So we will finish the game tomorrow evening. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me this evening. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough of Suikogaiden Volume 2, Duel at Crystal Valley. I'm so sad that we're not going to get to see the third part. I'm so sad that it's not in English translation. If anybody out there can complete an English translation of the third part, please let me know. I would love to play it. Thanks once again. I'll see you soon. Until next time, stay sharp and be excellent to each other.